What's happening, guys? We're out here on the Black Warrior at the Oliver Lock and Dam. The current seems to be somewhat very kind of steady, I guess you can say. It's coming over the spillway pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and try to fish some of these lock walls and get up fairly close to the spillway. Let's see what we can do, baby. So the last time we were out here, we were catching some giant spotted bass. We were catching some crazy stripers, some hybrids. And I feel like I had developed some tendonitis, and that was like 4 weeks ago, and my elbow is still killing me. I don't usually throw I don't usually throw bait casters, and I was. And you know, throwing the sidearm cast, casting it over here, sweep setting the hook, my elbow just was in so much pain. And the only thing that they say about tendonitis is that you need to stop whatever you're doing that caused it, and I'm not really trying to do that. So everything that I'm going to try to catch them on today is going to be on spinning gear, and if I'm having trouble fighting them on that, I might have to revert back to the bait casting gear. But the video I was trying to do was using all Dirty Bait's soft plastics, more so his swim baits, and you know, just talking about, you know, the size, the color, the scent, and you know, just everything that he puts into these baits that make them so good. So we're going to come up here. We're probably going to start off with the bullnose shad. It's just a bigger profile shad. He's got the rip wrap shad, and he's got tons of other little swim baits. He's got hand poured swim baits that look amazing. And I mean, the goal when I come here is typically to catch a giant spotted bass. So maybe we can, you know, try to set that as our goal. Let's catch a giant spotted bass. Let's catch a huge bag of spotted bass. You know, who knows? Let's just go out here and have a good time. So y'all come along. This is what that bullnose looks like, and it's in that ghost pearl color. And as you can see, it has been absolutely chewed. When we were here the last time, not the last time, the second to last time, we were catching some really good hybrids, and they were chewing the fire out of this bait right here. But I can't put it on this because I'm gonna break my arm off, so I gotta figure out what we're gonna put. Here it is again. Now this is a different color. It may be ghost pearl, but it does have a little bit of that black flake into it. But typically I throw the straight ghost pearl. But that's it right there. Up in there. Let's go. Right there on that bullnose, baby. Look at that spot. Ooh, doggy. Oh, he wasn't going nowhere. There he is. Let's weigh him out real quick. 213. There he is right there. Looks good. So here it is right here, the bullnose in ghost pearl. I know the one that I showed you earlier had the black specks in it, but I had to swap over. I couldn't make the cast far enough with the spinning rod, so I changed over to the bait caster. Off the wall. About 4 pounds. That's a true striper right there. As you can see, the lines are perfectly straight, and then that one lateral line goes all the way down to its tail. So that's a striper right there. That was cool. Not what we're looking for, but Beggars can't be choosers. Again, that bullnose. So we're here in Alabama, and it is late May, and the shad spawn is in full effect. So your early mornings, your later afternoons could be your best times to go fishing. And you need to mimic those shad the best you can. If they're huge shad, throw a big swim bait. If they're smaller than this swim bait, throw a smaller swim bait. But if they match this swim bait right here, obviously throw that swim bait. And what you're going to be looking for is bass blowing up and a lot of flickering. And another thing that just caught my eye that I can mention to you is looking for the birds feeding by the bank. If you see a bunch of birds on one bank and it looks like they're feeding or they're just hanging out there, there is a shad spawn going on in that area. So you want to target that area. But like I said, you want to mimic the shad the best you can. And you know, right now we're here on Oliver Lock and Dam section of the Black Warrior River, and we got the spillway running pretty good. We're targeting the bluff bank right here, and we're targeting the water at the end of this spillway where it's churning right now. And a lot of the times that nutrients getting stirred up draws in a lot of fish, and that's exactly what we caught right there. We caught a spotted bass, we caught a striper, and the goal is to catch a giant spotted bass, and hopefully we can do that. We caught a decent one right there, about a 2.5, but you know, we want one of those 6 or 7 or 8 pound spotted bass, and it's definitely doable here. That's the third species. That's a hybrid. We caught a striper, and then we caught a spotted bass. My GoPro outro failed us on the bullnose shad, and we're going to go ahead and talk about them real quick. So right off the bat, all these bullnose shads are hand poured, so the time and effort that he puts into these are just amazing. The color schemes, as you can see, we got Casper, we have a gizzard shad, we have the perfect shad, and this one right here is just, I mean, just look at the colors in it. It's just insane. I think they call that Jolyn. But I mean, he makes tons of different colors, hand pours them, like I mentioned. And if you have a color that you want, you know, he's definitely able to do it. But right here, you can see the sizes. He got a 3.8. This is a 4. I think this one right here is his 5. There's that 3.8 right there. And then he also makes different swim baits. And there's a couple different ways I like to rig it. I have the Angler Tungsten. This is the 1/2 ounce. It's a screw lock head. And then this head right here is pretty good as well. It's the Buckeye Lures, the Shocker. Every once in a while when I'm fishing in current, you know, that current is flowing so fast to where I feel like that bait is not making it into the strike zone. So I go a little bit heavier. I actually have a 1 ounce as well. So if the current is insane, I just upscale the weight, and it helps out a lot. Helps with castability, helps with getting it down to the depth that you need to be at. But he also makes different swim baits. As you can see, this is not the hand poured, but you can actually use that EWG swim bait hook. It's got the little screw lock head. So if you're getting hung up and you want to go with a more weedless approach, you can definitely use this right here. Core tackle. They actually have a really cool hook to where if you feel like, you know, your fish are a little finicky and, you know, they're coming up to the bait and it's not looking as natural, maybe because they see the hook or the swim bait head. You know, here it is in the 5-inch. But, you know, this is another way that you can go ahead and rig them. So head over to his page. I'm going to put the link here on the next little clip. But, you know, these baits are super durable. The castability is insane. The color schemes are just insane. And they just flat out catch them. It's the Bullnose. About dirty bait right there, baby.